After the crises in Thailand, Cambodia, and Israel Gaza, a new Asian flashpoint now appears to be brewing along the Tajikistan-Afghanistan border. An armed clash reportedly erupted on the Tajikistan-Afghanistan frontier on December 24th, raising fears of a wider security spillover. The incident occurred in Tajikistan's Shamsiddin Shohin district, according to regional outlet Caspian Post, which tracks Central Asian security. Tajik border forces reportedly engaged armed intruders who had illegally crossed into the country from Afghan territory. During the firefight, 3 members of what officials described as a terror group were neutralized, according to initial reports. 2 Tajik border guards were killed in the clash, while several other personnel were injured, Radio Ozity reported from Dushanbe. Authorities later said the situation had been brought under control and that the border sector had returned to a calm state. Russian media outlets claimed the violence began after suspected Afghan smugglers crossed the frontier, triggering the confrontation. Radio Ozity specified that the clash took place in the Barak area of Katlan region, a known hotspot along the frontier. The fallen officers were identified as 28-year-old Ismatullo Kurbanov and 33-year-old Zair bin Navrazbekov, who were serving on border duty. Kabul-based Hashdi sub reported that Tajik posts came under shelling from the Afghan side before the battle escalated. Tajik forces then returned fire, killing 2 armed men believed to be drug traffickers operating from Afghan territory. Hashdi sub added, Afghan authorities have not officially confirmed the identities or affiliation of the intruders killed in the incident. Meanwhile, Tajikistan State Committee for National Security said terrorists had tried to attack a border checkpoint in the same sector. Officials stated that 3 terrorists were neutralized and that weapons, explosives, and other combat equipment were seized at the scene. On December 25th, Tajikistan publicly called on the Taliban leadership in Kabul to apologize for the deadly border clash. The country's Security Committee also urged the Taliban to significantly strengthen security along the shared frontier to prevent more incidents. Tajik border officials said, and I quote, as a result of the combat operation, all 3 terrorists were neutralized. 3 M16 firearms, a Kalashnikov assault rifle, 3 foreign-made pistols with silencers, 10 hand grenades, 1 night vision, binocular, explosives, and other combat equipment were seized from the scene. The border troops hope that the Taliban leadership will apologize to the people of Tajikistan and take additional steps to secure the border. These facts confirm that the Taliban government has demonstrated serious and repeated inability and irresponsibility in fulfilling its international obligations and consistent promises to ensure security and stability. On the state border with the Republic of Tajikistan and in the fight against members of terrorist organizations. Unquote. This was the 3rd armed assault on the Tajik-Afghan border in the past month, according to regional security reports. Recent attacks launched from Afghan territory have killed and wounded a total of 10 Chinese workers involved in projects in Tajikistan, as per news website Caliber. The latest clash came just as Tajikistan opened 4 new border posts along the frontier with Afghanistan to tighten control. Official data indicate that more than 80 new border posts have been built in recent years as Dushanbe hardens its defenses, Caliber reported. Tajikistan has also activated a new tank training range near the Afghan frontier, signaling preparation for heavier contingencies. Despite repeated assurances from the Taliban, Dushanbe insists that militants and criminal groups still operate freely across the border zone.